Welcome to Talking It Up. Friends, we wish we didn't have to publish this episode. The queries that have been coming to us are both depressing and heart wrenching. This pandemic has taken a major toll in our lives, both medically as well as economically. Experts are saying that we will take months to recover from this pandemic. Today, we have with us personal wealth advisor Mr. Shoibal Bishwash to answer to a few queries that have come our way. Welcome to the episode, Mr. Bishwash. We have been getting a lot of queries on how to cope with personal finances during this time, and they all want to stay anonymous. So we decided to collate most of them and present to you a sample case study to help us understand how the person in question would be able to manage his finances over the next year. I'll just read out the case to you. The person had a steady job drawing a salary of 40,000 per month. He is living with his family, which consists of his wife and a 14-year-old daughter. His ailing mother, who is a widow, also lives with him. He is the only earning member of the family. Unfortunately, he has been told that he will have to take a 40% pay cut once office reopens, and he has not been paid the salary for last month. Needless to say, the funds in his saving accounts are exhausted and he has a credit card bill of 10,000 rupees to pay. He has listed out his monthly expenses. The food and groceries would be 8,000 rupees. Other running expenses are 5,000. Daughter's education and co-curricular expenses are of 8,000 rupees. Medicines he buys for 6,000 rupees. Apportioned monthly, his medical insurance is 2,000 for a 5 lakh coverage. Life insurance premium of 1,500 in endowment policies. He has a SIP of 5,000 rupees and miscellaneous expenses of 4,000. Thankfully, he stays in his own home and doesn't have rent to pay. He has also sent us details of his savings that he has accumulated over his 15-year work life, bank FDs of 6 lakh, mutual fund portfolio of 10 lakh. The PF account, he has a balance of 5 lakh and he has a PPF for 3 lakh. The life insurance policies, the endowment policies that he has rupees 10 lakh coverage. He seems to be lost on how he would manage his finances, and we request you to help us guide him.
Yes, it is indeed sad that many of the middle class working people are having to deal with the situation of either a job loss or pruning of their salaries. And our person in question is no different. However, this brings me back to my original financial planning statement, which says that everybody should have an emergency corpus of 3 to 6 months of salary for such unprecedented times. I know this doesn't happen often, but it can happen to you, and this emergency corpus would have guided you through these difficult times. So I feel that this original saying of keeping an emergency corpus at times of need it still remains and it should be maintained. Now let us see the situation of Mr. X. He had a salary of 40,000. Now with a haircut, his salary will come down to 24,000. So let me guide him through the processes that he should follow under the circumstances. So point number one, that my suggestion is that he has a credit card bill outstanding which is 10,000. I think that needs to be paid, because credit card bills, if unpaid and it rolled over, then the cost is very heavy. There is late payment charges, and there are interest charges which are very heavy. Sometimes it goes up to 2% per month or 3% per month. So that's not the right way not to pay the credit card bills and get it rolling. Now, since my savings account is dry, where do I make the payment from? The way to make the payment from is, he has some fixed deposits. Now that fixed deposits, he can ask the bank to get him a overdraft facility against the fixed deposit, or withdraw a part of it. Either way, he needs to take the money from there and repay the credit card bills. The second point that I think he should be doing is that he must review his expenses. Anything which is not needed in these times needs to be pruned. Entertainment expenses needs to be pruned, and if there is any capital expenditure that he might have planned, must be deferred. So he must keep his expenses light and slim. And three expenses I think that he should surely not forget to pay is his cost of medicines that he pays for his mother probably, and the mediclaim insurance that he pays regularly needs to be continued, because that is extremely important for himself and his family. And the third is his child's expenses, her cost of education, etc. So these three, there can be no pruning in any of the three expenditures here. The fourth point that I want to make is he must take a term plan for himself. His life is very important for the family. His family is actually dependent on his income. So he must take a good, well covered term insurance for himself. Maybe he can stop paying the premiums for endowment plan which he has, which is quite expensive and doesn't cover him for quite so much. So he can stop that endowment plan, but he can only do it after he has taken a term policy for himself. So he needs to give the protection to his family. And the most important part that I wish to say is that I am not in favor of his stopping his SIPs, because in the long run, to meet his long-term goals, he needs to continue his SIPs, more so in times when the markets are volatile and down. But if he is really not able to pay for the SIPs, then there are three considerations I think that he must look into. One consideration being that he can stop the SIP, which I am not greatly in favor of, because SIPs can beat inflation in the long term. The second is that he can actually pause his SIPs. There is an option which many of the fund houses are giving of pausing his SIPs. That means for the next 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, he can actually pause or not pay his SIPs and will start after that period of time. And the third option that he has is that he can liquidate some of his older units to fund for his newer units. It's very clear that the newer units are coming cheaper as the markets remain volatile at this stage, and they are quite down. So he'll get cheaper units by breaking off his older units. So you can choose any of these three criteria. I prefer the third to the first or second, because if he continues his SIPs, then in the long run his child's education and his retirement could be funded with coverage to inflation. The next point that I need to make here is that he's created an overdraft facility. If he goes to the bank, puts his FD under lien, and he can get an overdraft facility against his FDs. I'm not saying that he needs to utilize it overdraft, but he'll have a backup plan for his family now. Because if he needs some cash in terms of distressing need, then he might dip into this overdraft facility. I'm not in favor of using that overdraft facility to make any untoward expenses which are not required. However, this is like an emergency backup for his family. And the last point that I wish to make is that he need not or should not touch his PPF or PF balances which he has, and his mutual fund corpus, because these are there for the long term, for his future, for his child education and for his retirement. I hope if he continues to follow these, I think his financial planning will be in a much better shape.
Those were some good advices. We wish we didn't have to do such an episode, but this is reality, and thanks a lot for helping out.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure. I hope these difficult times go by. We stay home safe, and I think situations will improve. But he must follow this plan going forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vishwas. Friends, episode that would help a lot of us during these times. Send in your queries, whatever problems you might be facing, whatever questions that are coming to your mind. We'll try to get in experts to resolve them. Subscribe to Talking It Up and keep watching our videos. Thank you.